had a dream so big it made him feel all giddy. He loved UFC, the fights and the thrills, so he started a podcast to share all the chills. He's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Break down the fights, every punch and kick, analyze the moves, every trick and flick, comparing each fighter, their strengths and flaws. Diddley's insights would leave you in awe. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Break down the fights, every punch and kick, analyze the moves, every trick and flick, comparing each fighter, their strengths and flaws. Diddley's insights will leave you in awe. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. NFTs and fighters, a digital blend. Diddley's got the scoop, he's always on trend. From rare collectibles to the latest bout, the Final Strike podcast, there's never a doubt. From afar they gather around for Diddley's insights, the best in town. With every episode his fame would grow. The Final Strike podcast, the ultimate show. Even when the market's tough and times are lean, Diddley's resilience shines, he's always keen. Through highs and lows he stands his ground. In the world of UFC he's renowned. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Podcast stream, bringing UFC and NFTs to the mainstream. With every word he lights up the night. The Final Strike podcast shining so bright.
What up, everybody? Happy Saturday. No fights today, but we got a little bit to talk about. So a little bit of Strike surprised us this week with a challenge. Didn't see that one coming. And we got some pretty decent fight cards on the horizon, everybody. So thank you for tuning in this fine morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you're at. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up in the video, like the video, whatever. Hit the heart button on Twitter, on Twitch. I'm not sure how it all works, but do what you got to do. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll get the giveaways going. We'll run 2 rares at the end of the show. We'll get into Strike. And yeah, Big Whale ready to go for next week, huh? Already getting those picks ready, huh? Man's out here. Big Macy fan, that guy. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Don't forget to get your TFSPs in the chat. Giveaways live. We'll run those 2 rares at the end of the show. With that said, let's get into this challenge, everybody. Let's get into this challenge. You see, we got the little chat here in the bottom corner. I don't know how it's a new feature on the software. I don't know how I like it yet. It's not too bad on the black screen, but we'll see. We'll roll with it today. See how we like it. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. So, Collector's Choice Challenge number 14, Michael Morales. So he got that big win last week against Gilbert Burns, first round finish. So he's now added to the Collector's Choice Challenge pool, or set as they will. Not the hardest challenge, but it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough depending on, what you have, what you don't have, if you want to burn, if you don't want to burn. So right here, you got 2 steps to complete this challenge. Step 1 can be completed one of 2 ways. Step 2, everybody's got to do it. So step 1, the first way you could complete step 1 is by owning both a Gilbert Burns rare and a Chito Vera rare. Take a quick peek at those. Burns is $398. Okay. Edition size $398, 390 owned. 8 of them were burned. So it's $390 out there of Gilbert Burns, $43. Chito Vera, a lot more, and he's at $21. So usually I would go to Flovana for stuff like this, but my boys may be taking a little break. Got busy with real life. I don't know, but hasn't updated. But it's all good. We'll do what we got to do. So that's path A. It's about like $65, give or take. All right. Or you'd have to go the burn route, which is you have to burn a Michael Morales uncommon and a Gilbert Burns uncommon. Take a quick peek here. Michael Morales at $3, 48 burns so far. Not too crazy. Nothing too wild. Burns, on the other hand, did pop up quite a bit to $16. He was one of the original uncommons. Not sure if people burned him heavy before, but there's still about 1,000 in the wild, 300 in unopened packs, 150 burned. But so that completion is looking like $20, right? $4 for the Morales and $16 for the Burns. So $20 here. So obviously, if you don't have nothing, you go the path B route. It's the cheaper of the two. You do have to burn the moments versus holding on to them, but it's a significant difference. So, and then step 2, you will also have to burn a Michael Morales common. It's up to $3 right now. The Champ Club Pass is Glover Teixeira, which is kind of random. I don't know how we got Glover as the Champ Pass. That one threw me off a little bit. I was thinking maybe they went welterweight. I don't know. But Glover got thrown in there as the Champ Pass, so God bless him. So this challenge, we do get a choice. It's going to be between his KO of Neil Magny or his Burns fight that just happened last week. So I'm not too sure. Which one. Maybe the Burns one. I don't know. Recency bias. Maybe you like the Burns one a little bit, but the Magny one was pretty vicious too. The moment will be minted to a minimum edition size of 500. So 500 or more if we go over. So I don't know what the numbers are right now. Like I said, Flovana doesn't have the update. Nothing since a couple weeks ago, the 315 challenge. Maybe it gets updated here in the next couple days. We'll see. But no update on the Flovana side, so I can't really give an idea on how many completions. Probably doing 1 step 2 burn. Yep. Okay. Going with the Burns KO. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Burns KO is probably a little recency bias tends to win, so I'm thinking Burns too as my vote. I got a few dupes, but I do like to hold multiple sets of stuff, especially on the uncommon side. So I'm not sure how many of these I can do. I can do multiple, but I don't know if I want to do multiple. Just because maybe I want to hold some of my. I have multiple uncommon sets, 3 or 4 common S2 sets, but all right, so that's good information. Morales started at 657 burns, so we're at 146 so far. Not too bad. I haven't burned yet myself, but all I got to do is burn the common. I do have the rares, so we'll see. We'll see. You can do it multiple times, so we'll see if anybody wants to go crazy on this one. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But it's good, bro. It's a good challenge. I wasn't expecting it, especially being that it's an off week. I was thinking more so along the lines of community challenge. So this was a pleasant surprise for us to get this. And it's right off of a guy's big win, off of a main event win. So yeah, I like it. I like it for off week. This is great. This is great. Some people might be a little bothered, or I mean, Morales already has got 3 moments, bang, 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 really quickly. Kind of like Chimaev in Series 1. Got his moments real fast after his common. But it's all good. I don't mind it. Could have been way worse. You know what I'm saying? Could have been way worse. So I will take it. I will take it for sure. And with that said, let's move on to some recent rewards that we got this week. So we were waiting on a bunch of stuff. We got a couple commons this week. So we got, if I knew how to spell, my bad. We got Chang Ho Lee. So there's 830. One of those still held by strike. So sitting at $2 right now. Be interesting to see how those kind of dispense as the time goes on. Maybe in community challenges, we'll see. But Chang Ho Lee was one of the new ones. We also got O'Day, Mr. O'Day, but that's not O'Day. That's O'Day. So O'Day got a moment on the platform. A couple guys that, didn't have a moment before. Looks like it's lagging a little bit here. Yep, laggy. Got to give her the good old refresh, ladies and gentlemen. Got O'Day here. Not bad. Same situation, 830-ish sitting in strikes reserve. So we'll see how those trickle out down the line. Next one, big one here. Patty the Batty. Epic. Michael Chandler. Knockout. Let me hit the refresh. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's vicious too. Real vicious moment. We're lagging. Spinneroo. Do that? No? One more refresh, maybe? Moment's too good. Broke the internet. Nah, bro. Telling you guys, we need that website. We need that website upgrade. Telling you. I'll let it spin. Maybe it'll stop spinning in a minute. 155 out there, all in collectors' hands. 9 of them listed. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it hits a challenge or something. Could be interesting. Patty the Batty. Last try. One more refresh. Yes, no, maybe. Dead. GG's. GG's. All right. With that said, on the reward side, we are waiting on a few other rewards. So we are waiting on the Carlos Prates rare from a few challenges back. when he fought Gary. We're also waiting on from UFC 315, the Bilal champ and the Katona Uncommon. So they caught up with those three. Now we have three outstanding. And then once this challenge this week is done, we will add Mr. Morales' rare to the list. With that said, I did want to go through a little bit of the marketplace updates. Don't forget to get your TFSPs in the chat. We'll be running those giveaways at the end of the show. I'm going to go through this marketplace, and I'm not going to use the website today. I'm going to use Flovana. We'll go to market. It's a lot easier in Flovana. Quicker, cleaner. Let's make things a little bit bigger for everybody. That's pretty decent. All right, so let's take a look at our champ floors. Champ, low asks. So we still got our Khabib at the top, minted to 50. It's your S1 bottleneck, as they say. Marab shot up like crazy for some reason these past couple weeks. Obviously, not for some reason. He's fighting a couple weeks here. We'll talk about that card here in a second. We'll touch on it. We got Francis 2, Nunes 2. And then let's take a look at the bottom end. Wrong button. Okay, we got some cheapies down there. We got a 262 hanging on there. Jessica Andrade, S2. A couple S2s at the bottom. We got Stipe. But still sitting for the most part around that 300 spot. Not sure how long that Andrade will last, but 262 is an interesting price. Where is it listed? 263. A little battle going on. I like it. I like it. I like it. That's what we got going on the champ floor right now. Let's take a look at our epics. The most interesting set on the market, on the platform right now, I think. Especially whenever the hell this set closes. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But, let's see. Robert Whitaker, $1,000. Bobby Knuckles, that's your bottleneck right now. I think Strike is holding how many? 6. Strike's got 6. Bobby Knuckles. So, got DP, Rob, Weidman shot up there. Aspinall, Gaethje, Khabib, all these 200 plussers. Patty, Jerry, Roundtree, fighting soon. Armin, Strickland, Rampage. Yeah, it's a pretty gnarly set. $30 at the floor. Floor came down a little bit. It was like closer to 40 last time we checked that a few weeks ago. But summertime, baby. It's all good. It's all good. The big boys are still holding their value, though. So let's take a look at the rares. Morono's ridiculous. Let's split it up by series. So series 1 rares. You got Morono and Chimaev, about $500 clean as your bottlenecks. On the low end, $4 or $5, $6. So there are some $4 rares out there. Let's go to S2. High end, you got Allberg, Curtis, Lopez, Urseg, Turner. These are all challenge rewards for the most part. Those ones at the top. And I think they were also involved in some sort of burn. And we got mostly $5 hollers there. So rare floor is pretty much the same. Take a look at these uncommons. $2 on the floor. High end. Burns did shoot up for that challenge this week. But you got Connor, who was burned also before. Bompin, a boost. Challenge rewards mostly, unless they've been burned. So some good stuff here. Good stuff here. Pretty solid on there, on the uncommons. And then our commons. Chris Curtis, $9 on his common. Pretty nuts. Bobby Knuckles, $7. Ige, 5. These are S0s. Ige, Kennedy, Lewis. All those guys been part of Burns and are some of the oldest ones on the platform. On the low end, we still got cheapies on floaty, and I'm sure there's dollar ones all over the marketplace. So that is your marketplace update for Strike. And we will move in to some upcoming cards, guys. Don't forget to get those TFSPs in the chat. We are going to run the 2 rares at the end of the show. And let's get into it. So next week, not the most, not the craziest card by no means. Back in the Apex, you got Blanchfield versus Barber as your main event, which should be a fun fight. Should be interesting. They got Blanchfield as a heavy favorite in that one, but should be fun. Should be a fun one to see how it all plays out. Gamrot versus Klein, which will mainly be a grappling match. Both guys have heavy wrestling in their arsenal. Be interested to see how that one plays out. I think Gamrot's probably going to win that one. He's just bigger dude, way bigger dude in there. But we'll see. We'll see. Jacoby versus Lopez. Reese versus Todorovic. I don't know, man. It's a rough card. Rough card. It is a pretty rough card. Your boy Jordan Levitt. There he is. Rough card. Rough card for sure. Yeah. It's all right. We got to get through next week. When we get through next week, we start getting into some action. Because the week after that, June 7th, UFC 316, Marab versus Sugar Sean 2. And that one's in Newark, New Jersey. So we get the rematch here. I know a lot of people are like, it's probably going to be the same shit, but you never know. And then Marab broke his toe this week as well. I don't know, bro. I don't know. This week, Marab posted that his toe's a little broke. And, yeah, his pinky toe. I guess he broke it in practice or I don't know what. But, yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, right? And then, Sean O'Malley saying it's the best he's ever felt before. I don't know how great his grappling's gotten over the course of the last few months or the last year since they fought in September at Noche last year. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. It's MMA. Anything can happen. So Pena versus Harrison as your co-main for the women's bantamweight strap. It's a big one. It's a big one for Miss Harrison. She looks like the bigger lady, but Pena's got 3 inches on the reach. So that jab could be a problem. That jab that Pena likes to throw. But it's going to be an interesting fight because there's a lot of animosity here between these two ladies. And hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm looking forward to it. You got Gastelum versus Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer trying to get back in the W column, I believe. No, he won against Barrio, and then he lost to Jag. Okay, so Pfeiffer's in there, and then this is real nice. This is real nice. Patchy Mix comes in, signed like a week ago. Got let go from the PFL Bellator shit show. UFC picks him up, throws him in, right against Bautista. Bautista was supposed to fight. Who was he supposed to fight? I forgot who he was supposed to fight. But shit, I know. I'm pretty sure Patchy's the better fight. Who the hell was he supposed to fight? I forgot who he was supposed to fight. But I like that Patchy got to fight, got to step in on a pay-per-view main card. Hell yeah. Love that. Prelims are pretty solid too. Luque versus Holland, Silva versus Joshua Van, Azamat versus Ribeiro, Spivak versus Cortez Acosta. Some solid prelims. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. It should be a fun card. Should be a fun card. After that, we head on over to Atlanta, Georgia. State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. He'll be live in Atlanta. Oh, show. Usman versus Buckley. Big fight for both gentlemen, especially with this title picture, Islam coming up. All kinds of crazy shit going on in that welterweight division. And this fight has a lot of implications about maybe who's fighting next, who they're going to match up. If Buckley knocks out Usman, does he go straight up there and skip the line? If one of these guys gets a crazy finish, do they skip the line? Either one, So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Yeah, it's going to be in an arena. Usman, 38 years old. He's getting up there, guys. Getting up there. He's getting up there. Getting up there. Co-main is Rose versus Miranda Maverick. Interesting there. Chiesa versus McGee. Abdul Malik versus Brundage. Shabazian versus Petrosky. And Durden versus Ochoa. It's kind of definitely top heavy, but not the worst card by far. Menefield versus Sai should be fun on the prelims. Simone versus Jourdain should be fun on the prelims. Looks like they got a couple more prelims to add, I'm guessing. So right now they got 3 prelims on this bitch. Maybe they're adding more, maybe not. I don't know. But not the worst card for sure. But I mean, the main event has everything you want, and more, I think. Co-main's a little rough. Not necessarily rough because it's 2 chicks fighting, but I just think skill set wise, Rose is probably light years ahead. Still young, 32, not that old. But I think, skill wise, Rose probably got her beat just about anywhere that fight goes. Next up, UFC travels to Azerbaijan in Baku And we got a fight night with Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree as your main event. They got this guy with the belt still. Interesting statistics. Everybody forgets that Khalil's kind of short in there, and Jamal's pretty tall. Height and reach, pretty significant advantage, and a lot more volume from Jamal. So it's going to be interesting to see how that fight plays out. They got Jamal as a dog right now, but obviously we saw Roundtree take a beating from Chama. Well, yeah, how did that beating? How does he do after that beating he took? You know what I'm saying? Co-main's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, fan-friendly fight. Fiziev versus Bahamondes, bro. It's great. It's great. You got your local, hometown Azerbaijani, Rafael Fiziev in there. And do the damn thing against Bahamondes, who's been on a tear. It's going to be a fun striker's delight, as they like to say. There's a lot of, I would say, relatively local talent on the card. Mo Usman coming back there. Blades is fighting Kniev on that card. Ulanbekov, Tagir. Who else we got? Jin Young Park, the Turtle. And Naz Sadikov. Neymar versus Grad. Not the worst card, but I mean, there's local guys on here, people from the region, so it's gonna be popping, faux show. And there's definitely sprinkled throughout the card. There's bangers, so they'll have a couple maybe you might scratch your head on, and then right after it, boom, you got a banger. This is a banger. Mata comes to fight too. Mata comes to fight. And so does Nas. He had that war with Slava Claus. Remember that? Freaking epic war that they had. These guys come to bang. And that's the second fight of the card. And he's from Azerbaijan. So should get the place pumped for sure. So it should be fun. Should be fun out in Baku. Next one up. International Fight Week. The card that everybody was waiting on. What we got from my boy Jamal Hill, got to dig deep in the salt mines for the victory. Yeah, I mean, based on what we saw, how tough Roundtree is, you're gonna have to kill that guy, bro. UFC 317 Topuria versus Charles Dubronx Oliveira for the lightweight strap. Lightweight main event title fight. As we all know, Mr. Islam is moving on up to face Jack Della at a later date, which left the lightweight title open. Ilya moved up, said he's moving up a long time ago. And here we are. Ilya versus Charles. How do you guys feel about Charles getting the nod over Gaethje? What do you guys think about that? The champ has a name in his top Turio. Oh, good old corner. Top Turo. So, I don't know. Some people are thinking maybe Gaethje should have got it, but I don't care. I don't know. Let's see. What's Charles been up to? Beat Chandler? Patty beat Chandler too. Lost to Arman. I guess Armin's really in the fucking doghouse, huh? Armin's definitely in the doghouse big time. Based on all the evidence, Armin, big time doghouse for sure. Dariush is on this card. right there against Moicano. Both those guys are trying to get a crack at the top as well. But yeah, I mean, Gaethje was up there, Armin's up there, and then Dustin and Max are fighting each other, so that's off the table. Yeah, shit. And then you got Charles. So, see, it's really Justin or Charles. Not sure who you would have favored against Topuria more. But I mean, Charles is a big dude. Charles is a big dude. You got a 7-year age difference, 5 inches reach in Charles' advantage. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to watching your co-main. Kai Kara France finally gets up, gets his crack. His crack at the belt. Shit. My bad, I muted myself on accident. Kai Kara France gets his crack at it. See how Pantoja's been looking like a killer, guys. What do you guys think? Kai's got a chance, or nobody's gonna beat Pantoja. Like, what's the deal here? This guy don't freaking lose. Everybody says he's the most disrespected champ, like active champ in the UFC right now, because everybody talks about other people, nobody talks about him. But yeah, there he is. Co-main in International Fight Week, sitting as a minus 250 against Kai Kara France. So it's gonna be interesting there. You got Benil and Moicano, Denise versus Tafa, and Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov to round out your main event. RoboCop, Royval versus Cop. That's a fun fight right there. Tracy Cortez versus Vivian, and that's everything that is announced so far for International Fight Week out in Vegas. Not too much left here. A couple more main events really announced. That's about it. You got Nashville. Another Nashville card. Derek Lewis headlining again in Nashville. Derek Lewis versus Talishan Teixeira. Go to 318. New Orleans, Louisiana. Holloway versus Poirier. Send off, retirement, goodbye, fight for Dustin the Diamond. See how that one goes. You got Vittori Allen, Hebas Ricci, Phillips, Vinicius. So got a few fights on this card so far. Ikram's fighting on the card. Not bad. Looks like they probably got a few more to add on there, but not bad for 318. Abu Dhabi. Whitaker DeRitter. Shara Bullet versus Marc Andre. Krylov versus Guskov. Elmabayev versus Temirov. And Ibo Aslan versus Elikana. Those are all some pretty good fights, actually. And still got more to announce. And then the last card that I wanted to touch on, UFC 319 in Chicago at the United Center, baby. Finally, we got a card in Chi-Town. And they gave us a nasty-ass main event. As long as both guys get there. Hopefully, they both make it to the fight, bro. Especially, everybody knows Chimmy got all kinds of issues leading up to fights and shit. But I do know that Nasser Dean is already slated as the backup fighter. So, shit, man. I'm ready. I am ready to see this one. But yeah, got some good cards, got some good matchups on the horizon. This summer's shaping up to be the summer of UFC, as they say. But yeah, with that said, guys, got to do these giveaways Appreciate everybody hanging out today. Don't forget to get your TFSPs in the chat. We're going to be running 2 rares right now. I'll give you guys a couple to get in there. I don't know if there's poker today. Anybody see Rios? Rios in the chat? Let me see if I find. Yep, he's in the chat. We got poker today, my boy. Got poker today? Maybe later. No pick'ems, obviously. But maybe poker, maybe not. Yes, sir. All right. Sounds like a plan. So there will be poker for sure. Get your TFSPs in the chat. Last call, first rare. Gonna draw it in 3, 2, 1. Good luck. First one going to winner, winner, chicken dinner. Real dirty dog. Congratulations, brother. Next one. Coming in hot. Here we go. And the second one's going to Perez. Congratulations to the winners. Appreciate y'all. Ooh, rigged. Gotta love the rigged. Gotta love the rigged. But yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out today. Poker's gonna be starting probably soon, I'm guessing. But we'll definitely be back next week. Big card. Not really a big card. We got Blanche versus Barber. But appreciate you, Richard Hart. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully next time it ain't as rigged, my boy. But yeah, we'll be back next week. See how that card looks. Break it down, maybe. Maybe we get a challenge, maybe not. But until then, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
The guy named Diddley had a dream so big it made him feel all giddy. He loved UFC, the fights and the thrills, so he started a podcast to share all the chills. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Break down the fights, every punch and kick. Analyze the moves, every trick and flick, comparing each fighter, their strengths and flaws. Diddley's insights would leave you in awe. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Down the fights, every punch and kick. Analyze the moves, every trick and flick, comparing each fighter, their strengths and flaws. Diddley's insights will leave you in awe. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. NFTs and fighters, a digital blend. Diddley's got the scoop, he's always on trend. From rare collectibles to the latest bout, the Final Strike podcast, there's never a doubt. From afar they gather around for Diddley's insights, the best in town. With every episode his fame would grow. The Final Strike podcast, the ultimate show. Even when the market's tough and times are lean, Diddley's resilience shines, he's always keen. Through highs and lows he stands his ground. In the world of UFC, he's renowned. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Podcast stream, bringing UFC and NFTs to the mainstream. With every word he lights up the night. The Final Strike podcast shining so bright.